to the channel. It's Natalie. Can we just stop and look at this rainbow wood paper? It is just scrumptious. Just yum. I'm also going to use the layering Ornate Baubles 1 and 2. So they have a shadow and intricate top piece. I can't think of the word. Outline. That will do. And I'm just going to cut all of this out of this one sheet of paper. So that's all done. It's a little bit hard to see, but I've cut this out of, there's one in gold on, like there's 2 gold and there's 2 silver with the mirror cardstock. I had that already with a little bit of double-sided tape on it, some really wide stuff. And so it makes it super easy, because it can be difficult if you're putting glue near the mirror cardstock, because some cardstocks, if you get glue on top of it, it sort of tarnishes it. It takes the gloss away. I've got a pencil here and I'm just sort of roughly marking where I would like the Christmas baubles. I'm also just, with that blue one there, I don't want the string to go all the way down because you've got the hole. You know what I mean? So I've just sort of marked where I would like it to stop. These other ones, it's not going to cause too much of a big deal whatsoever. So the first one here, I'm going to just do a little line just to where I put the you might see it. And again, the other one. And I'm just using the grid on my mat here. Add a little bit of foam tape onto that. This one is going to be relatively simple. Now, the next one, we're going to take it up a notch, but I'm trying to keep it to be easily replicated in a production line. Okay? So I'm just using a multi-liner pen to go around the edges and to frame it up that little bit more. So apart from the sentiments and a little bit of extra embellishment, that's going to be it for that card. This is the Christmas. Now, I've had this for a long time. I've had this for a couple of Christmases. I'm going to be honest with you. It is still available, and there's just so much. You can get years worth out of this pack. It's just like overflowing with brilliant little sayings. I mean, of course, if you are a really wonderful Christmas card writer, it's just got lots of different sayings that you can use. So we're going to use some of the smaller ones. So we've got Just Be Jolly. And the other one we're going to use for the red card is going to have Merry Christmas and a Year Filled with Joy. Of course, you can go Wish You, but I thought Christmas was really quite fun, so I've just decided to leave it without the wishing you. But you do you, boo. It's all good in the hood. This is a little bit of temporary adhesive, but it's a little bit more permanent than temporary, so we're going to find that out in a little bit, but it's all good. It's all good. Looking at the card, you don't see anything. I have the Snowflake stencil, and I've got a little bit, I've just got the VersaFine and just smushing it through the stencil onto the cardstock. I'm going to use some vintage champagne embossing powder, so it has just a little bit of sparkle. I am not stressed that you're going to see at least one of the snowflakes is not completely down the bottom there. Not completely a proper snowflake. It doesn't matter. It's all good, because it just adds to the fun of it. A lot of this is going to be hidden behind our Christmas baubles. While we add those up, I'm just making sure that I don't have any foam sort of right where that yellow one is going to be. The yellow orangey, well, it's yellow, orange, and pink, isn't it really? Versamark is not going to be good for going around the corners. Don't use that. Instead, use any black marker. I've used the 100 with the Copic markers. I've used Distress. I've used this as a Memento. There's lots of different, and lots of different markers to use, and this is just going to finish it off and go around the edges so you can't see the white, because it's black writing printed on white cardstock. I've got a little bit of foam tape just for the edge where he's sticking over the top. This one I am going to put a bit of foam on him, but he's just going to be raised up on our ball, which is also going to make him stand out that little bit more. The last thing we're basically going to be doing is putting some little sequins, and I'm not using my clear sequins, my clear crystal mix. I know. Do I need to give you a minute to just recuperate from that? This time we're going to use some red for this card and some blue for the other one, just going with the line of it. I really want to space jump here. Let's just pause for a second. I really want to play around with like a combination of colors, but my little brain can't quite comprehend that. I don't know, but I really wanted to use that. But instead we just sort of went with some blue sequence and some red sequence, and we'll get it sooner or later, and we will have a mixture, because who said that we have to stick all with clear or all with white or all with blue? No one. Now I've trimmed off the edge of that bottom bauble because it gives the impression that it's just the image continues. It goes off the edge. It's not stationary. It just design-wise has a really nice feel to it. And this is a little bit too much of the foam, but that's okay. It's all good. And that's our 2 cards. Now you could also put that darker bauble down the bottom, but I really liked the variation with having it up the top, because you have one really light one and one really dark one. It's whatever you see fit, basically. I don't think there's any hard and fast rule about these things, but I do like, for a little bit of difference, a little bit of variation, to have the darker one up the top. Last little bit of our sequins, and then that is it for our card for today. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell, and then you'll get notified when we upload our next video. And that's it from me. I hope you're well. Take care. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.